Hello, 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 hello. It's a coffee morning. And yes, that is a benchy, or at least the closest clip art to a benchy. Delicious coffee. Delicious, nutritious coffee. Is coffee nutritious? Does coffee actually give you anything, or is it just kind of water with bean juice? It's always a coffee morning. Exactly. We'll see how the stream goes. I think Amazon Web Services are having a bit of a hiccup right now because Twitter's down because I tried to put out my Twitter notification to everyone. It's kind of up. Is it up? No, Blue Sky's up. I got my notification on Blue Sky's up. Oh no, Twitter's down. Oh no, oh no, oh no. The problem is, it's like, okay, hopefully we don't lose. Well, actually, no, because YouTube would be on Google services, not Amazon Web Service. So we should be okay. We should be okay. Should be okay. Milk. I don't do milk in my coffee. Well, kind of, sort of. I do, Costco has like vanilla creamer in a giant jug. So I do like a little splash of vanilla creamer in coffee. I don't put sugar in my coffee. But there's a little bit of sugar in the vanilla creamer, but whatever. So how's everyone doing today? We are going to continue exactly where we left off on the Tuesday stream. There we go. We have to fix our broken Z motor and get our Z belted back up. Then we can flip the printer back up. And then we have the updated top of the morning mounts. Top of the mount mounts. Hopefully these work. They should work. I put one in and it does look like it works. But I haven't been able to test it because the machine's on its side and I only put one in. But I think our updated, we had to redesign these for the way we're mounting. I'll show you when we get it back flipped up. But these are the originals and these are the ones that I modified. And oh my God, look at that. I actually catted something and it kind of actually works and it's not horribly butchered. It's a gosh dang Christmas miracle. Blizzard outside. Yeah, I have 2 heaters going in my garage right now. It was very chilly this morning. And I didn't have all day to warm up the garage. And also, there's like a foot of snow outside. So that's fun. That's fun. It's been a couple months since I modified a printer. I need a project. Instead of modifying a printer, use your printer for a project. Cosplay. Pick a cosplay. Start making some cosplay. Finally snowed. Yeah, we got snow. We got snow. You hate yourself. I drink my coffee black. It's funny, like when you first start drinking coffee, like I can do black coffee. I can do just coffee by itself if it's a good coffee. Like every now and then I'll be at Costco and you know how they have like the sample people there, and sometimes there's that person like giving out tea or coffee samples. There's a few coffees I can do. I could probably do black coffee, but the thing is, I'm an adult and I do what I like, and I like a little cream in my coffee. So while I can do black coffee, and I've done it before, if I can put a little cream in it and make it taste a little better, I'll put a little cream in it, make it taste a little better. Is it reliable for hip support? That should be. It's a tool changer. So on paper, it should be. How good it actually functions depends on how well you built it, because you built it. But on paper, it should have no problem with tool changing. Okay, let's get these new parts off the printer. The joys of having a garage outside in the winter, parts come off the bed very nicely. You just kind of leave them overnight. The temperature drops to about 5 Celsius in the garage, and the parts just come off. It's great. Okay, so I think we got to do some heat sets, because for those that don't know, this is the original Z mount, and it's a little effed up because I accidentally belt around this. So we are replacing it with a, I just reprinted the parts. I didn't want to risk it with potentially chuffed parts. And since we were already faffing around with the machine, I figure why leave something in there that kind of might be okay when I could just replace it with something I know is okay. So we're doing that. We got a new motor mount bracket, and then we will put that together, flip her up, and then we will hopefully get all the tool heads finally mounted on this thing, and then we can figure out how we're going to do the Bowden. So that's what we're doing today. Don't forget, every stream, we give away a spool of Polymaker printer chow. So if you have a 3D printer, which I'm assuming most of you have a 3D printer, if there's anyone watching who doesn't have a 3D printer, just put a 1 in chat. I'm just curious. But your printer needs food, and Polymaker has food for your printer that you can get. Link in the video description. Enter for your chance to win. I take my coffee with stevia. What is stevia? Is that like the not sugar, like artificial? I can't do, okay, it's funny. I'll drink Coke Zero. Coke Zero's pretty good. Thomas, 50 community memberships. Cheers, Thomas. For those that don't know, Thomas gets some cheap. So, cheers, Thomas. I'm okay. As much as I appreciate that, I am gonna refresh my overlay because every time this pops up and makes a jingle that you can't hear, but I can hear, and hearing that over the next like 20 minutes is gonna get annoying. So 1 second, let me just refresh cache. There we go. Cheers, Thomas. Appreciate it. Just all the memberships. You know, one day YouTube's gonna update that, where it doesn't charge you your regional pricing. It's going to charge you like my pricing, which is Canadian. But until that day, it is funny putting heat sets in on parts that are designed by the Voron team, because I know, like, I'm pretty sure the numbers for how big you make a hole that you put a heat set in is like a nominal thing, and we all use the same numbers. But with Voron parts, I can always get them started in the hole before I heat set them. On a lot of other stuff, especially like Voron mods, you kind of have to like feed them in. They don't really sit in the hole before you press it in. Also, if you did get a gifted membership from Thomas, make sure you thank him. Okay, gotta let it heat up a little bit more. Actually, yeah, no, that's on. Oh, no, that's not on. Oh. You want to hear a funny fact? Heat set irons work better when you actually plug them in. I had something else plugged in, so I just looked down at the wire and like, okay, it's plugged into something, we're good. Yeah, heat set irons actually work when you plug them in. Then they actually generate heat. Stevia is a natural organic sweetener. Have I ever heard of it? I know it's 4.7 millimeters, but like I've designed stuff with a 4.7 millimeter hole and they didn't fit that good. And I've done other things, but every time I print a Voron part, it works. So I'm like, just tinfoil hat. Mana. So what's everyone up to? It's Friday. It's almost the weekend. For the Europeans in the audience, it's already the weekend. The heat set knows, yeah. The heat set knows. There we go. And bamboo printers, seeing more Prusas. I haven't, yeah, I haven't had a bamboo printer on my shelf in months. I used to have an X1 out here, but I got rid of it when I started using the Prusas more. I'll be honest, the only reason I even kept the X1 on the shelf was because of the AMS. And the moment I got my hands on a Prusa XL, I had no need for the X1 anymore. Same with the P1. My P1 I barely used, I'll be honest. Because here's the thing, I have a bunch of Vorons. I use the Prusas because they're closer to the Vorons that I like using. I did not like the Prusa workflow. Or correction, the bamboo workflow, I don't like. The way you have to use a bamboo printer, just the way it works, I don't like the workflow with bamboo printers. Shadow Steve, thank you for becoming a channel member. Cheers and appreciate it. really need, yeah, honestly, for heat set soldering irons, oop, that's not the right hole. This is the right hole. For heat set soldering irons, honestly, just go get like a cheap $10 Amazon one. I like the ones that are AC because you can just plug them right into the wall. You don't have to like use a power brick or adapter. And then if you're using like a stealth press like this, some of the ones have like a little switch on the wire. Like this one has a switch, so I can plug it in and I can just turn it off and turn it on. And I can just leave it plugged in if I want to. I don't, just because, you know, it's just extra safety. There's plenty of flammable things in the garage. Last thing I would want to do is accidentally leave this on and it just like touch something hot, cause a fire. So yeah. But if it's just a heat set press, I wouldn't invest in an expensive soldering iron for a heat set press. Heat set pressing is bitch work for a soldering iron. Don't waste, especially with like good tips. Don't like screw up a good tip with heat sets. And also because you're pushing them in, some soldering irons aren't as robust as others. So I find the cheap ones are a little bit more heavier, so they last longer. Two past couple of months that everyone is getting Prusas, even though mostly bamboos in the past are secured as corn. Fizaki, you're probably seeing that because Prusa is actually sending out printers. Prusa for the longest time used to not send out printers to creators. They're very much, our product speaks for itself. You'll buy one if you want one, kind of thing. Like, I have no idea if that's what it was like, but it was like Prusa didn't send out units like Bamboo. If for anyone like, oh my God, Prusa's giving out printers. Bamboo shotguns printers to everyone who is potentially related to anything remotely 3D printing related. Every like FPV YouTuber I watch has a Bamboo printer. If you do anything artsy, craftsy, electronic, Bamboo has sent you a printer. I know because I get those emails from agencies representing Bamboo sending out printers. So Prusa has kind of started giving out printers to creators, like sponsoring printers. So you're probably seeing it now because now Prusa's starting to do it. They had a printer on The Price is Right. There was a Prusa printer on The Price is Right. Unfortunately, they had it sideways because apparently the apparently if the text goes this way, ergo the printer goes that way. So they had it, the poor thing, they didn't put the door handle on, they didn't have the screen on it, and they had it sideways with no bed on it. So I'm hoping marketing got an angry worded letter, like, what the hell? Like, you couldn't even set it up right. But yeah, that happened. So let's do this. So we got that. So I have to take this apart and put it back together, but with the new body. So let's do this. Andy Miller gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers and appreciate it, Andy. Best way to support the channel, content I create, things I do, become a channel member, Patreon supporter, or be cool like others and gift memberships. Because then other people get to hang out when we do member stuff. I see a few people get, yeah, I mean, like, other than, is it that one? Other than that Mark IV right there, the Mark IV that's in the enclosure, that one I bought. The 2 Core 1s of the Core 1L, they were sent to me by Prusa, full disclosure. They sent it to me, the assembled Core 1, they sent it to me, just, you know, to send it to me to do content with. And then the, Core 1 2, which you can't see, it's just off camera. They sent me the kit to build on stream for content. And then they also provided me a Core 1L. So I have bought Prusa printers. I've bought 3? 2? I can't remember. I have bought Prusa printers. But the majority of the ones I have, full disclosure, were sent to me. And on the other side of the argument, every Bamboo printer I own was sent to me by Bamboo. Fortunately, the way my channel operates, I don't have the budget to buy printers as much as I would like to. just simply for the fact that, you know, if I buy a printer for X amount of money, then I have to make content on it to at least break even before I even make a profit. And depending on, you know, what kind of content I plan on doing, that can be kind of hard. You'd be surprised. Especially if it's like a short build series, like an 8-part build series, or might make me break even on a kit, but like a Prusa build where it's like 3 or 4 parts, breaking even on that would be a lot harder. So I do kind of rely on printers sent to me by companies. It is what it is. I wish I could be like Project Farm, where, you know, I'm fully independent and I don't have to worry about that. But I don't have like a massive Patreon like he does. I don't have the budget for that. So to be fair, and I'll be honest right now, it gets really annoying when I see people who comment stuff on YouTube videos where it's like, oh, they sent it to you, ergo your opinion is invalid. And then my reply to it is basically like, do you expect me to, you know, operate my YouTube channel at a loss just so you can be, you know, feel high and mighty about the review because I bought the printer instead of they sent it to me? Like if I were to buy every printer I have, I would not be able to do this. So you're making bank on that Sovol content. Oh yeah, the Venture XL has definitely gotten plenty of content made out of it. That's for sure. Core 1 maybe someday, maybe. I've built a Core 1. Yeah, I've got 2 Core 1s and a Core 1L. And I built one of the Core 1s. I don't think they'll do Core 1L kits because of the issue with the bed and mains heating and whatnot. It would be cool, but I don't think so. And also, building a Core 1L kit is pretty much the same as a Core 1 kit, just bigger and with slightly different bed. So. There we go. Okay, so we got that. So now we got to replace this with this. So okay, hold that. Why not make a DC Core 1L? Because they would need a whole new bed. The reason the bed on the Core 1L is AC is, one, a bed that size at DC would be much higher amperage. High amps is what kills you if something goes wrong. So it's better to have higher voltage, lower amps. It's safer. It's more efficient too. You don't need as thick wires, risk of overheating the wires is much less, etc. So there's that. Also, it outputs more heat quickly. So because of the bigger volume of the Core 1L, having the bed heat up quicker and then also being able to put fans under the bed to dissipate that heat, because now the bed itself, because it's an aluminum bed, it has a larger thermal mass. So the bed can be more efficiently used as a chamber heater as well. With the fan circulating the air, it works more efficiently. So it makes more sense for the bed to be mains. Do I install index somewhere beside the Prusa? I don't have an index yet. I may have been speaking with somebody recently, but I don't have an index yet. And I do plan on trying to put an index on a Trident. I want to put it on a Trident. I have a Trident partially assembled downstairs. It was the Physec Trident, I believe, that has been collecting dust for like a year now because a bunch of stuff on it broke. Good old Physec quality. And I've been waiting. I haven't needed that machine in my production lineup, like in my farm of printers I use. So I've just like put it aside and wait. It's waiting on index kind of thing. So once I get index, we'll put index on it. Okay. So that's that. So this is gone. I have to get all the heat sets out of this. That's a lot of heat sets. So now I got to put this back together. Shoe. I need my screws. I can hear my dog outside barking. What is it, Lassie? Timmy fall down the well? Okay, so how does this go again? Go this way. Yeah, then goes this way. Yeah, so this is the back. Yeah, so this goes this way. Yeah. So I finished watching Cyberpunk Edge Runners with my wife last night. And, oh, it's so good, but oh man, it is devastating at the end. It is so good, but so, it's just good. If you like Cyberpunk, if you've played the game, watch Edge Runners. It is good. Personally, I used to prefer 2.4 or tried it. I prefer which one of the two has the filament I need loaded already. It depends. I only have one operational Trident, and it's actually not operational right now. I have a V1.8 too, which was a printer before the Trident. I have more V2s than Trident. Personally, I like the V2 more. Functionally, there really isn't a difference between the Trident and the V2 for the most part. The smaller printer, if you're building a smaller Voron, go with the Trident. If you're building a bigger one, go with the V2, just because the weight of the bed being fixed at the bottom is more stable. At the smaller size, you see less of a benefit, and the Trident being simpler and cheaper kind of makes a bit more sense in my opinion. But they have the exact same gantry. Like, technically the gantry on the Trident is actually more rigid because it doesn't move, it's fixed to the frame. But now you have the bed higher up and the printer can wobble more. It is what it is. But really there's whatever, my go-to printer across the board is whatever printer has the filament I need already loaded, so. Okay. Not a fan of Cyberpunk. Wrong generation. What generation are you? Are you? What generation isn't a fan of Cyberpunk? Oh, this is going to be awkward. Okay, so you go up. Okay. Which one? That guy. You go here. A snowplow finally coming down my street. They didn't plow my street yesterday, so I actually had quite a bit of... Dang it, I'm gonna have to go around the other side. Yeah, I'm just gonna go the other side. Hopefully I didn't break anything there. Gotta go around. It's emotional trauma turned into a show. Yeah, I know. It's like, oh, look at this happy song from the game. Oh, this is great. And then they use that song in like an emotionally like poignant scene several times. And then by the end, every time you hear the song, you're like Pavloved into being sad. So now when you play the game and the song plays in the game, because all the songs in the show are songs that are on the radios in the game and whatnot. So when the song gets played, you're like, oh. And then Pom-Pom Shit plays and you get all cheery again because it's Pom-Pom Shit. There we go. Okay. One. Okay. So if you've never seen these work, this is pretty cool. So this motor is now geared to this, and then this drive shaft drives your Z, right? So to make it this properly tensioned, because this is a belt loop, so tension should always be the same. You have this little latch arm here, and what you do is once you get it kind of assembled and you get your screws in, but not super tight, just like tight enough to hold it in place, but they can still kind of move. All you do is you lock this down, and it's a camming action, and it just shifts your motor mount over, so it holds it at a constant tension, and then you just finish tightening. And there you go. Now your drive shaft is properly tensioned. And now we can run our belt through it, and hopefully I can do it right this time. Instead of doing it wrong. Nero, do you think I'd build a Cappy? It's Rollahan printer, creator of the Rook. Well, I just built a Delta Flyer. What is a Cappy? Yeah, you got to make sure their socket has Cappy. What is a Cappy? Rollahan. What is the Cappy? Oh, that's a Cappy. Oh, this is like, I built a printer like this. I have a printer kind of like this. I built a, built one of these years ago. I built one of these. It's called a Bonsai. I built it using a lot of leftover parts from my Monoprice Select Mini and some spare extrusions I had. I still have it downstairs. I think I ripped the Raspberry Pi off of it at some point, so it's not functional. I'd have to put clipper back on it. But yeah, I built one of these years ago. It's a fun little printer. I built it specifically to show that you can print ABS on the cheapest, shittiest 12-volt printer. Just put it in a cardboard box, and guess what? It prints ABS beautifully. So, okay, so this time, run the belts through the proper thing and not have them go around a piece of plastic. C-bore switch wire, but not really a new thing this winter. Not really. I haven't really looked at that kind of stuff. There we go. Yeah, shoot. Come on. It doesn't want to go through. There we go. Build the Torment Nexus? No, Sam Bankman, or not Sam Bankman, Sam Altman's working on that already. All the AI tech bros are already hard at work on the Torment Nexus. Production, it should be operational by the end of the fiscal quarter. So this is probably going to be interesting because the belt length is probably going to be different now because I actually have it running properly instead of running it over a stupid piece of plastic. Oh yeah, that's much more reasonable feeling. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have a bunch of extra belt now. Bunch of extra belt now. Which way does this go? This way. There we go. Now, I should have been smart and probably loosened this beforehand. Yeah, 1 second. Let me loosen my upper Z so I have a little bit more adjustment point. Why don't you want to move? Are you what is going on here? I can't remember which Z this is. This is like one of the weird beefy Z mods. It's like, which one do I have here? Okay, this ain't moving. What's going on? Why don't you want to move? What's going on here? There we go. 1 second. Yeah, building the Torment Nexus from Garden Tools. Oh, that's why, because it's not exactly cleared. Okay, 1 second. Let me make this a little bit better. There we go. Used to print ABS on my Mark II with a plastic bag. I've printed plenty of Voron parts over the years. Printed on a plastic bag. If it works, it works, right? Like if it works, it works. Don't poo-poo something if it works. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, now I can do this. Of course, I accidentally put those on, so now I gotta take this off. Okay, you come up and over. And you go through there. It's funny how many screws on this are just shimmed with washers, because when I built it at the time, I didn't have the right amount of screws, so I just used long screws and shimmed them everywhere I could. Is the right way to do it? No. But at the time it worked. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay, next, put our guards back on. Or actually, no, I gotta fix this. Because if it's anything like the other one, I gotta fiddle with the alignment. Okay, I gotta fiddle with the alignment. So let me go on this side. See what I'm doing a bit better. How's the alignment on this? Oh, I think we're good. Yeah, that alignment looks good. Okay, we're good there. Oh. I lost a nut. I lost a nut. Yep, 1. 2. Put our foot back on. Gotta put our feetsies back on. Yeah, I saw that, Dan Sab. Our government is loosening the restrictions on Chinese EVs here in Canada and dropping the 100% tariff. And from what I understand, it's going to be, there's still going to be a tariff on them, but it's like the first like 50,000 a year or like 6% tariff or something like that. And then it goes up after that. And then in like 2030, the base amount that can be imported before the high tariffs is increased again. But I think I remember, I read a thing, I saw the article this morning when I woke up. They're specifically having an allotment for EVs under 35,000 Canadian, which that's pretty ballin'. Get some nice cheap EVs here in Canada instead of, you know, having to drop 50 grand plus for the basic something of some other company. I'm down. I've been in a couple, I haven't driven one, but I've been in quite a few. Well, not quite a few. I've been in a couple Chinese EVs over the years. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. Last year when I was in China, I was in a bunch of Chinese EVs and they were all pretty good from like what I feel, what I understand. So, okay. So that's good there. That's good there. Okay, so now we can continue on with these guys. So where we left off, we have the docks mounted. We have our 4 docks mounted because we're only going for 4. And we had to modify our top mounts because the idea is I want to be able to put a crossbar across the top of them so I can slide the whole assembly up and down depending on where I need it to be for proper positioning, instead of it being mounted to the top. Plus this way, by having it down lower, I can avoid the top hat, hopefully. So I have to install our new top mounts, which I catted up on stream on Tuesday, and they seem to be okay. So we'll see how they go. Gonna test the belting now. I mean, the belting should be fine. Once it's all trammed out, I'll do proper tensioning and whatnot. But what is the black box electronics bay? What do you mean? What black box electronics bay? What? Charge speed. Well, the thing is, the charge speed is depending on your network, right? Like, so it's only going to charge as fast as like your infrastructure allows. And unfortunately here in Canada, our infrastructure is kind of shit for EVs. Like, we have charging stations along like major cities and whatnot, but your best luck is like Tesla charging stations in a few cities. Oh, the small PSU? That's an LDO power supply, an LCP 300. It does 24 volts and 5 volts. Okay, so that one's in. Infra in Quebec. Yeah, there's a lot. I remember every time I go to Quebec, there's a lot of EVs in Quebec, but that's because your province actually does do incentives for EVs, where here in Ontario, there are none because Dougie Ford is Dougie Ford. We do home charging. Yeah, I have a neighbor down the street. They have multiple EVs and they just plug them in outside all the time. Yeah, the batteries last longer too, if I remember correctly, if you just like trickle charge them every night instead of like doing the full 400 volt massive, just dumping power into the battery. Never seen the LDO power supply? It's new, that's why. Yeah, I was actually kind of trying to get an EV for a while, but the problem is like, the problem is the cheapest EVs you find in Canada are like 50 something grand once you figure in like taxes and all that. So they're not cheap. And I got a brand new Subaru Crosstrek, which was roughly the size of the vehicle I wanted, for like 25 grand cheaper than I could find an EV of comparable that I wanted with the same features. And it's like 25 grand could buy a lot of gasoline. So, am I going to enclose this printer? Yes, this printer will be enclosed. EV range is your problem? We're on running in Chinese EV when? I mean, I don't think I'll be buying one because I just bought my Subaru like 2.5 years ago. I'm not going to be getting a new car for at least another 10 years. I buy cars and then I drive them until they don't work anymore, or until like repair costs get too dumb. I don't get a new car every couple of years. I don't do that. Today's economy. Also, just a heads up, it is going to be a bit of a shorter stream today. I'm probably going to have to leave in about an hour, just for the fact that I have the little guy home with me today because he has the day off school and the wife's got to work and it's a snow day. So we're going to go tobogganing because that shit's fun. So hopefully, oh yeah, perfect. Oh man, brah, it lines up perfectly. I didn't F it up. I didn't F up my CAD skills. It works, look. Look, it is bang on. Okay, so now, how am I gonna tie this together? I gotta put 2 screws in the T-nuts up here. What is gonna be the easiest way to do that? And then we gotta put T-nuts into that. Oh man, that's gonna be annoying. Okay, let me grab my M5 T-nuts. I mean, to be fair, the CAD skills were grab object and shift it 20 millimeters and then hack off the part I didn't need anymore. So it's not like, you know, we're not really talking proper CAD skills. We're talking CAD butchery. You go there. On the RX toolhead, I have no thoughts because this is the first time I'm hearing of it. If you have a link for it, drop it in the Discord and the stream chatting channel. I'll take a look at it. But what is the RX toolhead? Also, this was fun. Yesterday, we finished building up the G-Quux Gundam on Twitch. So I finished building the G-Quux, which if you've seen Gundam G-Quux, this picture is kind of funny. But I wanted to take a picture with the lights on in the head and the battery was dead. So I took the head off the Gundam and it looks weird without having the head on it. So I just have a temporary head on the Gundam right now. So the RX toolhead is a bamboo toolhead. Oh, well, that's why I don't know about it. I don't use bamboo printers. So that's why I don't know about it, because I don't use bamboo printers. So what are my thoughts on it? I don't know. It's a toolhead. It does toolhead stuff. So I'm wondering if I can just kind of like slide it right down. It's like my only real option. Is a Japanese power armor. Sugoi desu ka? Put in the Discord. Okay. Wolf War on Toolhead. Oh, I think I've seen this one. Does it use CPAP? What does it use for part cooling? It's all on the back. I mean, it's basically it's basically a bamboo form factor tool head. Obviously, I don't know what extruder it uses. I mean, it's probably okay. If you like the bamboo hot ends, which they're pretty good. From what I understand, the bamboo hot ends are actually pretty good. But I haven't used it. I don't know anyone who's used it, so I can't really give you an opinion on it. I have nothing to give. First multicolor print on the Stealth Changer? A giant dick butt. I actually have no idea. It'll be something. I don't know what, but it'll be something. Somebody's stuck in the snow outside. I can hear it. One second. One second. Yep. See them at the end of their driveway because they haven't snow plowed it yet. They're like, stuck. I'd help you, but I'm working. Batch of maker coins. Honestly, I probably won't be printing maker coins for a while because, like, I have so many flipping maker coins. Because before I went to Printopia last year, I printed a couple hundred of them. And then I forgot that I still had a bunch left over from last time I gave a bunch away. And since I don't have a booth at shows, to get one of my maker coins, you have to find, or maker chips, you have to find me and ask for one. So if you see me at a 3D printing event, you can get a maker chip from me. I have them. I don't think I have any out here. If I do, there's just like floating around, but I have them, but you have to ask me for one. I don't just leave them out on a table and everyone grabs them so I run out of them. It's like, no, you have to find me and you have to ask for one. And then this weekend I got to book my flight over to Smurf. So Smurf is on. I will be at Smurf. I got a sponsor lined up for it. I still need to find a sponsor for 3D or Rocky Mountain. So if you or a company you work for is interested in sponsoring Rocky Mountain, my trip to Rocky Mountain for Rocky Mountain Rep Fest, reach out. DMs are open. What's the point of a maker coin? A couple reasons. Here, I got a bunch here from people that gave me some. So the basic idea of a maker coin, here's a good one. This is 3D Musketeers one. So essentially, it's just a little chip. They're all in nominal size. They're poker chips, so people make little games with them or whatever. But think of it like a business card. You have your channel logo or whatever, and then on the back you have a QR code that when you scan it goes to whatever website the QR code. So mine goes to canuckcreator.com. So it's kind of like there was a thing called maker chips or maker coins, and then maker chips are kind of like a standardized version of the maker chip coin. Maker coins were in like all weird sizes, and it was like something you designed on your own as like your first CAD project. Maker chips are like a standardized thing. So yeah, I don't know where mine are. I have hundreds of them, but they're just like in a Ziploc bag in my basement somewhere. I don't think I have any out in the garage. I'm hoping I can slide this on, otherwise it's going to get really annoying real quick. Because there's like a stupid order of operations to this that I have to do. Okay. Pog solved. I'm actually kind of disappointed. Nobody's done a metal one yet and made a slammer. But it would be kind of hard to do because you would need like 2 different colors of metal to actually have anything, unless you laser it. But people have done some pretty creative ones though, like some that transform or open up or whatever. So you can get pretty creative with them. Probably should have cleaned out all the metal dust in these before I did this. Hey, Bart, Alpha's back in Pog form. There we go. So I just keep doing that, slide it right across. Yeah, we finished watching Edge Runners. So I played Cyberpunk for the first time a couple weeks ago. Or I bought it on release. I bought Cyberpunk 2077 on release. I got a little bit into Act 2. I didn't beat the game. I didn't get that far in. I stopped playing because the game was kind of buggy and they said they were going to fix it and whatnot. So I'm like, okay, I'll wait for that. Then the expansion came out and I finally like picked up the expansion on Steam sale over the holidays there and I started playing it. Beat it, played it again, did a full playthrough where I did all the DLC and all the side missions and everything. Loved it. And then I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm good. I got what I wanted out of the game. And then last night we finished watching Edge Runners and now I want to play it again. I'm like, son of a bitch. I just love the vibe. Just it like strokes the same part of my brain as like Baldur's Gate does. Do a Twitch Cyberpunk stream? I would if I can get my camera working. Although we got to finish Black Mesa. We started playing Black Mesa on Twitch and I kind of want to finish it because I've never actually beaten Half-Life 1. So I bought Black Mesa as well on the holiday sale there. And we started playing through that. And we got to finish that. So try and finish that up and then see if I can figure out how to get my camera working on OBS, on Linux, on Cyberpunk. Other games, it works fine. But Cyberpunk, like, just kills my camera. Other games that tax my graphics card don't. Cyberpunk does, for some reason. I don't know why. It turns my camera into a slideshow. I think it's a USB cable, though. I'm going to buy a new USB C-to-C cable. And hopefully just like, oh, put a better USB cable in and I won't have that issue. I'm hoping that's what it is, but we'll find out at some point. Come to Jerf. I would love to go to Jerf. The problem is I might be doing something else in May. We'll see. Also, I don't have as much of a travel allotment this year as I did last year. This year, we're doing a big family trip in the summer where I'm going to be gone for like 2 weeks. I don't have... Last year, I traveled a lot. Last year, I traveled... Oh my God. I did... in order, I did China, Sweden, Denver, Printopia, so Philly, and then Prague. I didn't do UK because we're doing UK in March. 2 months. 2 months to Smurf. I gotta book my hotel and flight still. I gotta do that this weekend. What's the design of the front door? Oh, quite simple. It's just going to be a single piece door here that you take off. Kind of like the V2 door, or the V2.0 door. So there'll be a single piece door here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to seal this part up with a single piece. So there'll be two solid doors. This will be permanently enclosed with a fixed panel. And then down here will be a removable door. So, yeah. So that way the top will always stay closed, because you don't need to open the top up unless you need to. Also, I got to reprint this top here because it's a little warped. So I got to fix that. Am I coming to Rocky Mountain? Yes, I should be. As long as I can get a sponsor for it, I should be. So there we go. Where did that screw go? Oh, it went over here. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I'm doing mine completely non-standard because of the fact that I am using a tallboy printer. So this is my off-size V2. This was originally a V1. This is V1 serial number 100, by the way, or at least the frame is. That was rebuilt into a V2. So it's got a 12-inch bed, but it's got a 13-inch X and Y. It's 330 by 330 by like 400-ish. It's like 395-ish, depending on the tool head. So I'm not mounting these where these normally would mount. I'm mounting them lower in the frame, and I'm not gonna have a top hat. I mean, I have a top hat, you can see it here, but this is 3D printed, and I gotta reprint it because it kind of warped a bit, unfortunately. A little bit of a draft got in there and caused it to warp at the last minute. So I gotta reprint it. But I'm hoping we might have to shift this down a little bit, but I'm hoping to avoid using a top hat altogether because this is how tall I can make it and it'll still fit on my shelf. So if I go any taller than this, I can't fit it on the shelf. So I can't mount these like you normally would, where you mount them up against the top of the frame. Because normally you would mount them up against the top of the frame. So you'd have one extrusion. Yeah, right here. You would have an extrusion across, and then you would have them mounted up here, and then you put a top hat on top. I can't really do that with this because I don't want to do a separate top hat on top. I don't have room for it. So we're just going to sacrifice some usable Z and just kind of make it work. So also, this allows me to not have to worry about swapping these out at all because these will clear this really easily. I don't have to worry about my idlers getting caught in here. So yeah, this is why this one's taking a little bit longer to build, is because we kind of have to like stop and figure out what the heck we're doing at certain stages because it's non-standard. But if all goes well, it should work pretty good, hopefully. I think I can maybe, I think right here is like 300 millimeters of Z. I might have to drop it down. I think we did the math, and the way it is, I can have this set to roughly like 275 or 300 millimeters of Z travel. So I'll have 330 by 330, 300 by 300 usable, because that's how big the bed is. And then 300 is Z, which is plenty big for a tool changer. I mean, if I need to print anything big, like actually big, I have the Prusa XL. This will actually probably be more of a multi-material printer than a multicolor printer, I'll be honest. Because for multicolor, one, I don't do that a lot. Like, I just don't. It's not something I normally do. And two, I have the Prusa XL for that. So this is going to be mostly a multi-material printer for printing stuff with like support material and whatnot. That's what this is going to be for. So, okay. So that's that. So we got our put all our tool heads in here now. There we go. I probably should put like a cover plate on this. Is there a cover plate I should print for this? Like to hide this, or I'm actually kind of like it. But what we do have to do is finish fixing these tool heads. because we have to do some mods to the tool heads to make them work for this, because these screws aren't magnetic. So we got to swap those out. Did the modded mounts work? Yeah, they lined up perfectly. So now I have the top extrusion here. So if I need to adjust the location of my docks, I just undo these 4 screws and I could slide the whole dock assembly up and down to tweak adjustment point. So that's pretty nice. So we have to swap out stainless steel screws for steel screws, which I don't have steel screws because I need 45mm steel screws, which I don't have 45mm screws. So I have to use 50mm screws and chop them. And to chop them, I'm using... So happy fun time adventures. Also, I don't think you'll be the only Canadian at I don't think you'll be the only Canadian in Japan. I think, what's his name? He's in Vancouver. Ember Studios might be going. Ember Creations, I think it is. He might be going. So, M3 or M4? M3. I forgot to put a nut on that. Shoot, I gotta put nuts on these before I do that. Where are me nuts? Hopefully I didn't F this one up. Yeah, we'll find out in a second while I force it in. Okay. Anytime you cut a screw, put a nut on it before you cut it, so that way when you take the nut off, it cleans up the thread. Yay, you are still streaming. Why wouldn't I still be streaming? Loopy channel, do you know something I don't know? Was I not supposed to be streaming today? Oh, you're just late. Ah. No, I'm here. Okay, that's that. Cheap Chinese steel, that was 430. Oh, so they were actually magnetic. Yeah, because you need magnetic screws for this for it to actually lock on the dock. We're doing a modded dock that has magnets in it, so it has a little bit more grab. The last thing you want is your screws to get loose. And then we also have to put some heat sets in, or not heat sets, some set screws. Getting closer and closer. I'm 38 in 2 months. Everything good? Everything's good. We're gonna be getting cheap Chinese EVs, so that'll be cool. where are the set misc pulleys? These are all the wrong kind of pulleys for this, so I'm using them. Because these pulleys are these are all MXL ones that I've like stolen parts from and whatnot. Something fell. Dragon burner. These are A4T tool heads. So they're whatever the A4T is. Where's my knife? Yeah, so how this works now, we have 2 steel screws at the bottom, and then we put 2 set screws at the top here. So now we have 4 points that are magnetic, and then that means in here, where we have our dock, you can't see, unfortunately, it just, now it's held in there magnetically. Although we're gonna have to play with the actual locking part of the dock at some point. But for now, that'll work. Okay, so that one's done. This one we gotta do next. I'm gonna trade in, no, I'm not trading the Subi. It is usually a very bad idea to trade in a vehicle before your payment period or lease is up, because like then they just take what you owe and roll it over, and you usually get screwed. So it's not usually a good idea to do that. And I like my Subi. We're testing the dock. No, we haven't wired anything up. We still got to do all the wiring for everything. Okay, where are... One. There's the other. Okay. Like maybe after the Subaru, because usually how we do it is whatever the newest vehicle in the family is the family vehicle. So like when my wife got her Escape, that was a newer vehicle. So anytime we went out as a family, we took her Escape. And then when my Focus died and I got the Subaru, that became our family vehicle. So every time we go anywhere, we take my Subaru. So then in a couple of years, once I get the Subaru paid off, my wife will probably get a new vehicle because her car is like 9 years old already. Or actually, yeah, it's 9 years old already. So in 2 or 3 years, I think I got 2 years left on paying off the Subaru. I think I did a 5-year. Once that's paid off, because we only want to have one car payment at a time. She'll probably get a new car. And then probably whenever my vehicle comes up for, okay, it's like time for a new one, then I'll probably get an EV. Be nice to not have to worry about doing oil changes anymore. Considering I only do one oil change a year usually. I don't drive a lot. Like the only reason my car even has like a lot of miles on it is because we've done like, I've driven it out to 3D Printopia 3 times. I've taken it to Quebec twice, I think. Or no, once. It's been to Quebec once. This summer, I'm taking it to Quebec and Nova Scotia. So it gets miles on it, but it's usually like a little bit here and there, and then a lot. A FEV. Yeah, a FEV is actually something I would really love to get. Because, you know, you use just the electric for inner city stuff, but if you do got to go long range, you do have that gas engine. Problem is they're not that common. And a lot of them, from what I've seen, have like, well, now you got 2 drivetrains to worry about kind of thing. There we go. Right, I need 2 more 50 mil screws. Where are my M350s? Buying tires every 25K. I buy tires whenever I need to buy tires. I don't know. Like, I think my Subaru has like 30,000 kilometers on it, right? Or actually, no, it's at 40,000 kilometers. I'm getting an EV today after I moved to pay $400 a month for gas per month. So I added that to my car payment budget. Yeah. Yeah. Like when I bought my Focus back in like 2011, at the time I had a 01 Sport Track, Ford Explorer Sport Track, and that had like the 4-liter V6 or whatever it was, and it just, I was working in an office in town, and I had to drive into the city every day. So I was spending like, you know, $200-300 a month on gas, and then my car payment for the Subaru, or for the Focus, was like 300 and something, and like it used like half the gas. So it basically broke down to like pretty good at the time. Plus the car was getting old. Like, I've only ever owned, like, I'm 38. I've only ever owned 3 cars. I owned an 01 Sport Track that I had from, like, 2006-7 to about 2011. And then I had a Ford Focus from 2011 to about 2022, I think. And then I got my Subaru, which I've had since then, so... Oop, gotta put a nut on this first. Security question answers there. I don't use that stuff. The security questions that I use, it actually aren't answers. When it's like, oh, what was your first dog, or where was your mother born, or something, don't ever use the real place. Like, because then somebody could just like look up something, or you could be dumb and fill out one of those Facebook quizzes. It's like, what Harry Potter house do you belong to? The first question, what is your mother's maiden name? What is the name of your first pet? And next thing you know, your account's been compromised. So never actually use real answers for that stuff. Use like answers you know aren't the right answers, but you'll remember. Like, what is your favorite pet? Or what was your first pet? Don't use your actual first pet. Use like a pet from a show you like or something like that. Like, so then that way, if somebody figures out what your first pet was, they can't actually use it for anything. So. I think my son's outside. If I can hear somebody out in the backyard. I'm assuming he's out there building a snow fort. Okay. Also be careful with two-factor authentication. Always have some sort of extra authentication, but just be aware two-factor is not as secure as it used to be. Don't get hacked. Okay, that's 3. And I think this one we already did. Yeah, this one's already done. So this already has that in there. Okay, cool. So that's all that. So I think the next thing I have to do is set these stupid, there's like locks on the back that you have to like raise up and lock them in. So let's get this cleaned up. Make some room here. We'll spin this around. Happy 2025. It's not 2025. Where did these screws go? I think these are what, 45s? 45s. Do I have 45s? I don't have 45s. I'll put them in here though. No. Okay. So now we got to spin this around. Right round, baby, right round. Okay. Note to self, take the mat off the table when you're working on printers. There we go. Oh, I found this the other day. This is fun to have. I don't know what I'm ever going to do with it, but probably shouldn't be touching this with my bare hands, but it's been in here for a while. This is a bottle of pure undiluted hydrochloric acid. It's used for etching steel. Super etch. Causes severe skin burns and eye damage. May cause cancer. Very toxic. Signal words. Danger. Dispose of contents and improve waste disposal. If inhaled. On skin, remove. Take off immediate. All contaminated clothing. Rinse skin with water. Shower. If in eyes, rinse cautiously with water for several minutes. Remove contact lenses. Call poison control. Seek emergency. Yeah, that stuff's not good for you. That stuff is not good for you. At the mold shop I work with, we had a guy come in and do acid etching. So he would etch like date wheels and whatnot in the molds. And that's the stuff he used. And he's like, here, do you want some? I'm like, what am I going to do with it? He's like, I don't know. Do you want a bottle of acid? Like, sure. Like, you'll figure out something to do with it. And it's been sitting in my toolbox for years. So. What is this green mat? Where did you get that? So stiff. I ordered something like that a few months ago. Someone's like, so. Oh, it's a cutting mat. It's not a silicone mat. It's a cutting mat. I got it at like a craft store, like Michael's, Walmart, any store that sells craft stuff might have it. But like, I have a couple. I like that one when I'm building stuff because it doesn't mar up the desk, but the problem is when you're moving stuff around on it, like a printer, the whole thing shifts, so I don't like using it when I have a printer. Okay, so we have these little like locking docks here that I have to adjust so that these actually like lock in properly. So that's that. So we'll do that now. And then I think we're just about done, actually. Don't think there's much else. I think we have to figure out how we're going to do the umbilicals next. Max concentrated. Okay. I just like, it doesn't say exactly what it is. It just says like acid etch, whatever. I just remember him telling me this is like pure hydrochloric. So, but this is coming from a guy who works with chemicals all day telling somebody who doesn't work with chemicals all day what's in the bottle. So. Like one of those little lie things, right? Like, you know, explaining how a prism works to kids, how it refracts the colors or whatever. And it's like, that's not really how it works, but it's just easier to explain it that way. Yeah. Okay. So that is now that. Dr. Randolph watching. Do you have a new account, David? Also, everyone like the smash button. Hello, Pot. I'm at my job slacking off. How many people from Printed Solid are in chat right now? How many people who are supposed to be working at Printed Solid are in chat right now? Oh, I gotta drop these. These are way too high. I mean, actually, I don't know. How much clearance do I need? 0. You're here. You're here. Why are you on a different account? Let's just make sure. Is that your private account? Oop. I accidentally closed chat. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Live chat. No, live chat. Live chat. There we go. Slacking on the job. Slacking on the job. Okay. So I think, yeah, we do have to drop that. Because I think, I don't know how you measure what, because obviously you can't print, would it be like your max print volume be to the bottom of these? I don't know how it works on a stealth changer. Is your max print volume to like the bottom? Because, okay, so you pick up the tool. So obviously you can only print up to like that far forward because you don't want to hit that. So we're going to lose some frontage. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So now we need to figure out how to mount our things. So stealthchanger.com. Build guides. Backplates. No, not those backplates. Cable management. So here's the thing. What I'm thinking is just do... I have a couple options here. So we have this wire duct thing. And then you have the umbilical plate. So I can do the umbilical plate. The problem is I don't want them, they would be coming in here. But then they have to be able to reach the bottom. So I'm gonna have to have, am I gonna have to put another plate on the back of this? I might have to do two, I might have to like what do I have for back plates? Do I have any more plates? Like what I might have to do, I think this won't fit. Yeah, see, this is the problem of having a non-nominal size printer. I have a bunch of extra panels, but they're all like, this is for a 300 and this is a 330, so it's too small. But what I might have to do is like put a plate. I think I have plates I can cut sideways. So put a plate, then mount the umbilical going in here, and then put another plate on the top. So that's that. Trying to think. What do we have? What do we have? What do we have here? What do we have here? Backplate pins. One stops. Don't I have to go? Probably in about half an hour I gotta go. Wife's gotta go to work and I got the little guy. So, where did I put all my extra stuff? That's Jabberwocky. Where did I put all the extra parts for this build? Oh, I think they're down here. Stealth changer stuff. There we go. Yeah, I have extra plates. I could do that. Because we have our wire connector here. So we have this guy. That stuff. So we're going to need this. Where's all my umbilicals? Got all of these guys. I have so many magnets. I have so many magnets. Here's all our umbilical wires. So these all gotta go loopy-loop. Can somebody measure? Shoot. Okay. If anyone has a stealth changer available, that's like a 300 size, can you measure from like the very top of your extrusion here to the very bottom of this extrusion, roughly? What is this distance? I mean, I could probably figure it out, I think, because I think I have, where did I put the extrusions? I don't know where I put all those short extrusions. Okay. That big? That's how big the top hat is? Jeez. Really? It's that big? Shit. Okay. So we have this on top. And then we have a dock. What's up, dock? So that means... see if I can figure it out before somebody does the math. Okay. So from here to here. So how long is this extrusion? That is a... 250 millimeters plus 17 centimeters. So that's what, 32? No, 42? 42. So it's 42 centimeters from the top I need for clearance. So 42 centimeters from the top. Now, I don't know how big this is. Is this a 300? I think that's a 300. This looks like a 300, I think. Yeah, I think that's a 300. So 42 from the top. That's 250 and then 17. So that means I need to be... okay, that's way down here. I don't think that makes sense. Can you use thinner feet? I don't know. I don't think I can. I think I have to use, like, I have to have the bed raised up pretty high because of the A4T tool head and clearance. So I'm not 100% sure. This is why I wanted the Z or the docks to be mobile. Because if I need to, like, you know, the way the umbilicals and everything works out, if I need to raise this or lower this, I can just undo 4 screws and slide the whole assembly up and down for optimal positioning, essentially. It's roughly 412 millimeters on your 300. Okay, so if if I were to do the same amount of clearance, I would have to have my tool heads drop down to about here. That doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem right. Because then that would only give me 180 millimeters of Z print room. I don't think that's right. How much of the top hat is filled? That's the question. How much of that top hat do you need? Because I'm looking at the umbilicals here, and it looks like we can kind of cheat it a bit. I don't think we need that whole extra this on top. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I have a bunch of extra extrusions I got to do something with now. Okay, and then this would just dock in there. Sweet. Time for a bigger hat. Oh, actually, I got to take this hat off. So let's actually take this hat off. And then I think I did M5s. I hope I did M5s. Yeah, we got to take this hat off. Take the hat off, and then I got to get a new one printing. Because this hat is, I screwed it up. Because this hat, I gotta play around with some of the dimensions. Because it's not quite right. Top hat, panel gap, live stream. If you're linking me a link to one of these pre-designed ones, I can't use any of them because none of them are the right size. Oh yeah. Yeah, look how much extra room. Look how much extra room there is. So I don't think I need the top hat that much. Like, I don't think I need the top hat. I think this is what I mean. Like, we can just dial it in. Whatever we end up as the healthy amount of Z is whatever we get. So that's why this whole assembly is mobile. I can just slide it up and down, and I can just, like, whatever it needs to be is whatever it needs to be. What electric drill? It's a Fantic. I bought it at Costco. It's pretty good. I like it. It could be better, but it could be worse. So, it ain't bad. Yeah. Yeah, this is the top hat I printed, and needs to be reprinted. It warped a little bit, so it doesn't really sit flat. So I got to reprint it. I might just bite the bullet and print it in PETG, so I don't have to worry about warp. Yeah, it's a top hat on an enclosed printer, but there's no forces on it, so I'm not too worried. So I do have to reprint it though. Oh well, it is what it is. It's only like 400 grams of ABS in the garbage, right? Okay, so I think that's about it, because I need to figure out now, we're gonna have to print the Bowden inlet stuff in the back. Trying to think, I wish there was more pictures of this. Like, pictures from the back. Yeah, see how we have this, like, with the Bowden's going in? We're gonna have to, like, figure out how to do this, but, like, free floating, because I could mount it from the top. What I might do is just kind of flip it upside down and just have it hang from the top. And then have, like, a bracing panel or something. Let me see what I got. What do I got for panels? What do I have? I think I have like an acrylic panel or two I can cut up. think I still have one or two. Yeah. Yeah, I got some acrylic panels from the Venture XL left over that I can sacrifice for this. So what I can do is, yeah, I'll just take one of these. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. So I just got to cut one of these to 400 or 490. And then this will be the back panel. And then I can mount it right to it. Yeah, okay. Who wants to cut a panel and see if I don't mess it up live? Let's do it live. Instead of doing it off stream when no one's watching so I can hide my shame, F it. We'll do it live. Oh, I dropped my screwdriver again. Still work? Yep, we're good. Every time I move that printer, more stuff falls out of it. Project's still pretty fresh. No, the Stealth Changer's been around for a bit. It's just the kits are kind of new. And it's still very much a... it's not as harmonized of a project as like a Voron. There's still a lot of DIY-ness to it. Okay, so I think it's 490. Where is my tape measure? Where's my tape measure? Not this one. This one's kind of borked. Oh, you know what? It might be... I used it to cut the extrusions. Did I leave it over here? No, it's not over here. How do you lose a tape measure? Seriously. It's big and it's red. It's a tape measure. How do you lose a tape measure? I think I'm just going blind. And yes, I know I have one in my hands, but it's not the one I like, but I'll use it, I guess. Okay. So let me just double check the frame. Should be 490 wide. Yeah. So, I mean, I could just use my cutting mat as a measure. Just use the cutting mat. There we go. So this side is missing a chunk out of it, so this is the one we're going to use. So 490. So you go there. $490. Okay, and now, shoot, how am I going to do the other side? Oh wait, which one's for? You know what? I'll just use the picture. $490. $490. Okay. Now I need something very straight and very long. Extrusion. And the clamps. clamping it down so it doesn't move as I score it. Okay. There we go. And just a quick sanity check. Hair under 30. Hair under 30. Okay, so we're good. Sweet. Sharper blade. Have any blade replacements out here? I could have sworn I had more blades out here, but they might be in me basement. So I'm hoping I can just score it. And then, yeah, hoping I could just score it and snap it. There we go. Okay. So let's see how well this works. Wax in, wax out. It's wax on, wax off, not wax in, wax out. Try not to slice myself here. Okay, that's that. Okay. Now, the fun part. Line that up on the edge. And you up on the edge. Put this across there. The only reason I have the 1, 2, 3 block on here so I don't accidentally mar up the extrusion, because I don't want to screw up something I might need later. Slam it. Oh, shit. Okay, right line up there. There. Okay. There, try and clamp that down. Hopefully that's pretty good. Okay. Hopefully it breaks cleanly, because this is acrylic, which likes to shatter. Close. Close. Yeah, I'm gonna have to chip it by hand off. Anyone here ever cut glass? It's like that. Probably should have scored it a little bit deeper. But that seemed to be pretty functional. Bastard. Hopefully the noise canceling is working for you guys. But it sucks over here. It's not perfect. But as the French would say, good enough. Knock off any sharp edges. I mean, it's behind the printer, so it's not like you're going to see it. Still. There we go. Good enough. Okay, so I'm gonna have to drill some holes in here. Hopefully these holes line up with... Yeah, I'm gonna have to drill all new holes in here for mounting. So we're gonna have to do some holes, 10 millimeters in, but I am running out of time, so I gotta do the giveaway. I will do that on my own time, drill a bunch of holes in this. So I'm gonna have to drill new holes for mounting because these holes are inset and I don't want inset. So I'm gonna have to drill new holes, 10 millimeters inward. So I can mount it right, I'm just gonna mount it right to the back panel, just pull right through, boom, right on. Yeah. And then we'll have to figure out how I can mount the Bowdens coming into the top of this. So what I might do is have something mount to the top and then like just kind of index into this, just kind of like hold into it, like lock into it kind of thing. So it'll be mounted at the top and then just index into this and then have another panel or something. Carbide scoring tool. Yeah, if I had one. I have a carbide etch somewhere, but I don't know where it's at. And that sucks. So. Okay. We are going to do the giveaway in 3 minutes. So if you haven't entered for your chance to win some Polymaker filament, enter for your chance now. Link in the video description. We're going to be doing the giveaway in 3 minutes. bot account. I have a plexiglass. I used to, you know what? I probably still have it somewhere. I probably have it in one of my toolboxes, like, because I do remember buying a carbide score when I was doing tiling at some point. I just don't know where it ended up. Just don't know where it ended up. It ended up somewhere. Okay, so that'll fit there. So now I just need to put some holes in this. And then once I get the holes in that, I can mount it, and then we're good. Sweet. And then, I don't know, I'll find a use case for this somewhere. But it's acrylic, so you gotta be careful, because when it breaks into some pretty sharp spots. So just be careful. Wear gloves if you're not confident, wear gloves. You know what, I'm just gonna say it. Do as I say, don't do as I say, not as I do. Wear gloves, be safe. All right. So giveaway now. Let's do this giveaway. Let's do this giveaway. Who wants to win some filament? Put a 2 in chat if you want to win some filament. No. Oh my god. Oh my god. Please tell me you didn't shove Gemini into this shit. Fucking AI. There we go. Nothing is more annoying than, like, you load up a program that you've been using because it's been stable and it hasn't changed. And it's like all of a sudden, oh, we got AI now. And nothing works. Quit messing with shit. I am really loving the Linux desktop so far. Ooh, I gotta add the bots. Add names. Names. We got 221 people. Okay, random bots. 221. Play. So tomorrow, I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow on stream. We'll figure something out, but I think we'll carry on with the stealth changer. I think get that going, or not that, the Jabberwocky tool head. Okay, how this works is if you win, you get a spool of filament from Polymaker. But if I pick your ball and your ball wins, you also get a free hat. This one right here is looking lonely. Sup, Jakub. If you win a free hat along with your spool of filament from Polymaker. Good luck. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 jump! Don't lose your momentum. Don't lose your momentum. Oh. Oh, you're losing your momentum. Life of Alpha Sigma is on the grind set. He's selling a course on TikTok. Oh shit! Sup Jacob is in the lead. Is oh my god. Sup Jacob. Sup Jacob is in the lead. Do I have to buy a hat? Am I gonna have to actually buy a hat today? Will the hat finally happen? Oh god, Sup Jacob, you have so much pressure on you right now. You have so much pressure on you right now. Don't biff it. Don't biff it. Oh, come on. Oh god. Oh god, it's all gonna come down to this. No, don't fall in the hole. Oh, Sup Jacob, no! Free hat, free hat, free hat. Chevron's in the lead, though. Chevron's in the lead. Jacob, you come on, Jacob. There's the ending. Oh no, Life of Alpha Sigma. It's on the grind set. Oh no. Oh shit, I can't get back. I can't get back. Who's in the lead? Okay. Oh no, I think people got punted. People got punted. Ah, it's gonna be Lank. Ah. Ah, almost. I think he was yeeted. Yeah, I think he got yeeted right at the end by the hammers. Ah. I do want somebody to legit win the hat one day. I do want somebody to win the hat because it's going to be, as the Twitch kiddies say, poggies. It'll be very poggies. Or poggers, or I don't know what the Twitch kids say. Probably like 6'7" or something. Lank. Congratulations, Lank3721. Find you here. So you will get yourself a email from me after the stream ends with information on how to collect your filament from Polymaker. So let me just pull this up here. 2 ways. It's today's date, 16th, and there we go. So, so we will call it there for the stream today. Huge shout out to LDO Motors for providing the Stealth Changer toolkit or upgrade kit or parts kit that we are using for this build series. Also, big shout out to Luke from Luke's Lab for providing the Chibi Tube hot ends that we're using in the tool heads themselves. Check them out, link in the video description. While you're down there, check out Polymaker. Shout out to them, the spool film we give away this stream and every stream. Links to all of them and more in the video description. Affiliate links don't cost you anything extra, go a long way in supporting the channel. Some of them, like the Gamer Subs link, use code Canuck, save a little bit of money. That's good. And for those that donate to the channel, gifted memberships to others, or became members of the channel yourself, I thank you for not being able to do the things I do, create the content I create. Without your continued support, you make it all possible. It is snowing out. My little guy is not in school today. My wife's about to go to work, and I'm about to go tobogganing. So enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe out there. Wash your hands. And I will see you in the future.